Hello everyone, I'm Tom Hutley, and in this video I'm going to be telling you the differences between green badge and yellow badge and why you might want to go for one over the other. These are two different ways of approaching the knowledge, and both yield two different benefits. Now, I can only speak personally of being a green badge driver. I've never been a yellow badge driver, and of course, I'm probably most likely not going to be a yellow badge driver. So, but I'm not going to knock it or say why you shouldn't or shouldn't do it. I'm just going to outline my reasons and what I know of the both. The way it used to work is that, of course, the knowledge to get your green badge of London is quite an extensive task. So the yellow badge was almost like a kind of mini knowledge. So that if you was local to one of the suburban areas, and I don't know exactly all the suburban areas, but there's a few different ones dotted around the outer perimeters of London. Some of the yellow badge areas do sort of come into where we pick up as green badge drivers. That's absolutely fine, but there's kind of set areas where they're allowed to pick up, so they can't come into central London, pick up, and vice versa. So it's kind of like a mini distilled knowledge. And I imagine in times gone by, it would have been a nice, easy way to get into it. If you live in that area as well, it really cuts down your costs rather than having to commute all the way into central or to like another area, wherever. And some drivers with the suburban knowledge as well is that you could pick up different sectors. So you could be licensed in one area, you could then go and do another suburban area and pick up some ones there. There's also, depending which area you're licensed to, different things that are quite good about that area. So for instance, one of the yellow badge areas allows you to rank up at City Airport. Okay, it might be there for 2 hours or so, but there is certain times you can go to City Airport and there's not much of a rank at all. You can get through there quite quickly, or in the rare instance where you can just go straight through, there's not a cab there because they've all been exhumed. There's quite a high passenger demand. So that's one good area. Greenwich, again, I don't know what the name of the area is or what the sector is, but the O2 at obviously Greenwich, North Greenwich, is always, whenever there's a big event on there, it's always far too much demand for the amount of cabs there. Not enough. Only very rarely, have I been in that area at the right time as a green badge driver, because I'm focused more within the West End, places like that on a Friday night at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, when that massive O2 stadium bursts, there's not enough people, or cab drivers rather, in that area to facilitate the amount of people in that area. So it's only happened to me once where I've been in the right area, where I've sort of dropped off there and I've gone, oh, O2's about to finish, I'll go have a little look there. It wouldn't be worth my time to drive there normally, but as a yellow badge area, it could be kind of lucrative. But of course, there's only certain times of the day when you're going to get that volume of people come out and come through there. I think in times gone past, it would have been a really, really good thing to do. But the only problem is now is that a lot of Uber drivers and obviously private hire drivers now service these areas. Now it's much easier to be able to use an app to get a private hire driver in that area. So I think that has diminished the idea of the suburban drivers quite a bit. But there's still sort of major railway terminuses in those areas. People need to go a little bit further out of London, and they might do more work bordering into other counties. Coming from that area of London down into Kent or over into Essex and Dagenham. But those sort of outward journeys, so maybe some in as well. I don't know how necessarily how they work, but that's sort of my understanding of it. I see it as the knowledge is a lot of work anyway. When everyone thinks of a black cab, you're going to be in central London. And thinking about an economy, a place where people go, where people congregate, and worldwide, whenever you've been somewhere on holiday, you really want a cab when you're in that middle zone. Just think about any holiday you've been on, be it a foreign city break or a nice resort like down by the beach or something like that. And if you're ever out of not a resort, but if you're ever out in the local town or whatever, if you're the centre of that town, which you sort of always generally end up hovering around if you just general holiday maker, let's say you go to Rome or somewhere, and you just you wander around and you generally sort of stay within that central area. Well, that's where you're going to get a taxi from. Unless you're like a seasoned traveller, you're not necessarily going to go out on the fringes and have to get taxis there. So that's where I see the knowledge, the green badge is really it. And added to the fact that black cabs are so much part of our heritage, so that there's always a black cab everywhere within central London. It generally is the done thing as well, for people to travel around in cabs. Some cities don't do this. Some are more public transport oriented, or they're more cycling focused. But for London, for now, the way we've always been is that we are like a public, like a private transport, black cab, for instance, place. So that's where I want to be. That's my focus. Whenever you go up and you see the black cab driving past Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, Buckingham Palace, that's me. That's real. That's London. That's when you go travelling. You in a foreign city, you jump in that cab that's driving through those areas. And that would be my opinion on the two. So not to knock anyone that's going for the yellow badge or anyone who's going for the green badge. They're both entirely two separate things. But I think whilst you're doing the work, you might as well go for the green badge. Just my opinion there. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please, can you comment down below if I've said anything of contention or you might not like what I've said. Or even better, if you could subscribe, that really, really helps out. Thanks a lot. I'll see you again soon. Take care.